Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Justice League box set from Jim Lee, Geoff Johns, Ivan Rice, containing volumes 1 through 3 of the New 52 Justice League. Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent, and before we take a look at this box set, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe. Helps me out, helps the channel grow, lets you know when I drop new videos, all that good stuff. So, this box set, I ordered it on Amazon Prime Day 2021. It was $20. It retails for $50, although I have seen at a couple of, well, online anyway, a couple people have procured this for really cheap. I'm not sure how cheap, but really cheap at their local Ollie's discount store. If you have one of those in your area, you can check it out, although there's no guarantee, as their selections range from city to city, state to state, store to store. I had not seen it. I checked it out once I saw it on there and did not find it. So this was a Prime Day deal for $20, and I said, I don't have these in trade paperback. It's got a nice bookcase. I'll take it. That looks cool, right? You got the, well, I don't know what this cover is from. It's Jim Lee, so this must be the second half from Volume 2. Villain's Journey, maybe? This is definitely, I think this was created for the Absolute Edition or the Deluxe Edition. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I got this today, and I was excited because I don't own these, and I figured, hey, this is just a new spine on the same trade paperbacks, right? Like, I've got the Trinity War trade paperback, and that's got nice glossy paper and is really pretty to look at, so this should be same quality, right? Well, I hate to tell you guys, but it is not. These suckers have matte paper. Now, matte paper is not necessarily bad, but I think it has its ups and downs depending on what is in the pages you're looking at. So this is Volume 1, this is Justice League Origin, and yeah, so let's do a side-by-side comparison. Now, I don't have an original issue or the original trade paperback. Like I said, this is why I ordered it, because I didn't have these. But I do have my iPad, and I think this will show up okay. We'll blow up this one panel just for example's sake. Let me move it out so you don't get the reflection of my light there. So I've bookmarked this already. This is in issue number 5 of Justice League, and you can see just about how bad this matte paper looks. So again, I'm not expecting perfection, but I'm sure the glossy paper, you can see this transition on Batman's leg a little bit better. Like the color transition is a lot lighter over here. Now the iPad, this is an iPad Air 2 from a couple years ago. It's a fantastic comics reader. I highly recommend it. And it's probably got perfect colors from what the colors put on there. But something I noticed is, like, you can't, on the page, and I'll put this up closer to the camera, on the page, you can't really tell where the hell Green Lantern's, like, knee is or anything like that. Like, this whole swath right here, all these dark colors with the black and the gray and all the little line work just disappears into the page, and it's really hard to tell unless you get up close or you have a digital file to look at, which can tell you where the leg is, right? So look at how defined that leg line is, and you can see where the arm is, and then here, not so much. I mean, you pull it up really close under a good light. I got the window open, I got the overhead light on, so this looks a little bit better than it did when I first opened it up. But this is just to show you that the colors are nowhere near as good as what you might get on glossy paper, and I'm really disappointed that they did this. So on the same page, let's blow up Batman's face here. This corner panel, which has this, now I'm overdoing it because it's huge, but it's got this beautiful line work here. I think you can see that on the screen. It's going to go blurry when I pull up the paper, but look at that line work. You can't see it. That's my whole point, is look at that and then try and look at this, right? Like, it's kind of there. You got to have the light to hit it a certain right way. But just while you're paging through, if you're just reading it for the art and you have it a certain distance away, like I'm 3 inches away from the camera here, and you can make it out. But if you have it at like lap level or something, like down here, how I normally do these overviews, you cannot see the line work. It's just a big black and gray blob. So I'm not trying to say it's, shit compared to the iPad. What I'm trying to say is it's probably shit compared to glossy paper, which these were originally printed on. Like my Trinity War trade paperback, I think is a first printing. I was looking for a second printing. And this has beautiful glossy paper. It's probably just as good as what the original comics came out on, and it's gorgeous. It's wonderful. You can tell all the details in here, no problem. But this matte paper they put this box set on is a terrible idea. So anyway, I say that as a warning. If you're looking at this video as to whether or not you should buy this box set, just know I started out with the matte paper warning, and you can get your money's worth out of that if you choose. So this is not my recommended reading. I'm kind of debating, like the only and what bothers me too is the only thing that's different here is the actual cover. Like this cover is different than the original trade paperback. There's no barcode on the back or anything, but you open it up and it's got the same style of the trade paperback that they did. You can see that here. This whole swoop thing, and then the bar with the credits. Like, it's literally the same file, just printed on different paper with a new cover in a spine that looks pretty. So I'm pretty disappointed in it. But let's talk about the books, right? So Justice League Volume 1, this is Origin. This is issues 1 through 6 of Justice League from the New 52 from DC Comics. It's written by Geoff Johns, it's drawn by Jim Lee, inked by Scott Williams, colors by Alex Sinclair, who is at Marvel now, actually. And Alex Sinclair is one of these premier colorists of the comic book industry. He is the creme de la creme, one of the best, and there are many good colorists in the comics industry, but he's kind of the guy who, I believe he was at Wildstorm with Jim Lee and helped pioneer this whole digital coloring revolution. If, to one of the original couple guys that was doing it digitally, and that's the whole reason why DC bought Wildstorm. I think was partially for their colorists. But anyway, so if you've read this, you know what it's about. This is the Justice League forming for the first time in the New 52. Forget everybody's histories. It's the first time they meet everybody is in this book, and this takes place I think 5 years before the rest of the New 52 line that started up. And then once you get past issue 6, you can go from there. Everything pulls from this book. Like the whole thing with Cyborg and his dad is in here, and Zack Snyder took from that for his Justice League movie. The mother boxes, them coming together because Darkseid is invading is in here. Aquaman coming out of the seas, Wonder Woman. All this stuff comes out from this book. If you've seen the Justice League War animated movie, that is even more heavily lifted from this book. But I think they swap out Shazam for Cyborg in that movie, or they add Shazam there early on. But this just has it does have some great moments and some great art, and that's why I think it's one of the most reprinted books out of all the Justice League stories. I think this has got a bunch of different versions. So they battle Darkseid here at the end, and they go on their merry way. So Volume 2 is called The Villain's Journey, and this is issues 7 through 12 of Justice League. And this has a couple of guest artists in here at the beginning. You got Carlos de Anda, Gene Haas doing the first issue back, and then Carlos de Anda does some stuff in here. I really like his style. It's very different from Jim Lee's, that's for sure. But it's got these issues with Green Arrow that I think are fun. I don't think I've read these recently at all. And then you have, I think with number 8, Jim Lee comes back and does the actual story that it's called The Villain's Journey, and that's where you meet this guy Graves, who turns into this weird villain. And this just was not as strong as the first 6 issues, this storyline. It's got this weird, this is Graves, this is the villain here. I don't really remember what his whole purpose was. But the art is beautiful. It's Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Alex Sinclair. But it just was not as strong an idea as I think people hoped. So that's why you don't hear about Graves anymore, much less see him. He did do this thing they were doing in Blackest Night. It's like, here's coming in 2013, here's a bunch of moments you're going to see, and this is the leading up to the Trinity War, all that stuff. And then it's got an ad for the spin-off book, drawn by David Finch, which I think only lasted like 10 issues, something like that. And then it's got this epilogue in here, which I think is in my Trinity War trade paperback. Can't remember. But all these do have the variant covers inside and in the back. Not all of them, but I think the main ones that were collected. And it does have, like, the cover of the issue is showcased along with the sketch cover they were doing. And it has this book has the chapters. The Origin one does not. The Origin one just has the cover. Doesn't say like issue what, issue 5, issue 6, doesn't do that. Neither does this, but it does say, chapter 1. And it tells you who drew it, who wrote it, all that stuff as each issue goes on. So that must have been a weird thing that they did with the second volume. And then number 3, this is another one that's been stolen from heavily, is Throne of Atlantis. If you've seen the Aquaman movie, they stole a lot from this, with Orm and not the Reach, the Deep, the Trench, these guys down here. If you've seen, there's a Throne of Atlantis animated movie, which definitely stole from this. That's all in here. But it does have the first 2 issues up front by Tony Daniel with the cheetah, which I liked at the time. I thought they were fun. And this does have, I think, Superman and Wonder Woman kiss at the end of 12, I believe. So this is they're kind of in a relationship, I believe. But yeah, this has got the Secret of Cheetah. There's a sketch cover, and then the main cover on the front. But yeah, this is the crossover. Throne of Atlantis is a crossover with Aquaman, and the Aquaman issues are in here. They're drawn by Paul Pelletier, and Ivan Rice, who was drawing Aquaman up until that point, jumped over to Justice League as the main artist of that book. And I think he did that book for quite a while, until I think Jason Fabok took over before the Darkseid War started. I could be wrong. I haven't read this stuff in a while, so don't shoot me. But yeah, I think this is a fun crossover. I really did enjoy this storyline, and I think this is one of the stronger. This and Origin are the 2 strongest books out of this volume, And then after this, we kind of plunge into all the Trinity War stuff and Forever Evil, which I did like. I do have that, but this run really does end with a good bang with the Darkseid War. Highly recommend reading that as well. So read Origin, read Throne of Atlantis, and then you can read Trinity War. I don't know if it's essential or not. Just know that Forever Evil spins out of that, and other characters spin out of Forever Evil into the Darkseid War, and that's where all that stuff, like everything kind of ties together over this long 50-issue run. But yeah, that's this box set. Is it worth $50? No, absolutely not. Is it worth $20? Maybe. I'm just really disappointed in this paper quality, honestly. Man, oh man, is that disappointing. But if you've never read these before and you just want to read them, I think if you can find the box set for cheap, not a bad pickup. Just know that, the art is great. It's just the colors and the pages. You might have a bad taste in your mouth on certain pages. Not every page, certainly. Don't want to denigrate any of these artists. They're wonderful. But it's not as bright and vibrant as the covers and stuff like that. So that is, I think, the biggest downside to this box set, especially at a $50 price point. $50 price point, I would expect this to be glossy paper. Man, oh man, what a letdown. So there you have it, guys. Let me know down below what you think. And if I saved you $50, let me know down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.